Welcome back. And tonight I'm getting two things out of my to make him watch list. Is Johnny Carson, but it's with Steve Martin as a guest. And so Nick, I don't think ever saw Johnny Carson. He was before.
I saw Ted on Johnny Carson.
But he was before Jay Leno.
I had
back
seen
in
some
the middle
of
days when it was.
I had seen some of Johnny Carson. I can't remember what interview it was, but I saw someone being interviewed.
He was a funny guy. I used to watch him every night just because you didn't know what to expect from him. And Steve Martin is almost the same way as far as he's out of left field. I grew up with him as far as watching everything he's ever done from the Smothers Brothers. He was a writer to he made a few appearances back when he had no gray hair. And then like within one season he was half gray. So I don't know that I guess maybe show business does that too. But
well, let's go ahead and jump on in.
One of the current crop of new young comedians breaks me up because he's got a hinge loose somewhere, which I think you have to be. You have to think funny and think ridiculous. His name's Steve Martin, of course. He'll be appearing at the Exit in Nashville, Tennessee, and on the 12th of this month, 12th and 13th of October, and at the Cellar Door in Washington, D.C., October the 16th through the 19th. Would you welcome, please, Steve Martin?
Well, thank you very much. Got a lot of people here. How many people are here tonight? Just
tiny gray.
Raise them up. Okay, well, we're going to... One other question before we start. How many people do not enjoy raising their hand? This is just a curious thing for me. If you do not enjoy it. Okay, let's get going now. One thing before I start.
Did you get that?
Plug things on the show, but I recorded an album a couple of months ago, and 2 days from tonight, that will be this coming Thursday, we're going to erase it. So... Okay. That's right. Professional comedian, can't trust a thing I say. My shoelace is untied. Oh, I love playing jokes on myself. Okay, let's get moving now. We're gonna have some fun tonight, eh, folks? Oh, before I start, this is a dumb thing to talk about, but I gave my cat a bath the other day. And I'd always heard that you weren't supposed to give cats baths, you know? But my cat came home, and he's really dirty, and I decided to give him a bath, and it was great. If you have a cat, don't worry about it. They love it. He sat there, he enjoyed it. It was fun for me. The fur would stick to my tongue, but other than that... Here we go.
One of my favorites.
You have to forgive me because whenever I tell that joke, I get kind of depressed. I shouldn't talk about this, but it was my old girlfriend's favorite joke, and you know, sometimes after this show, I'd come home. We were together about 3 years, and I'd come home and tell it to her, and she'd laugh, and I get kind of sentimental because she's not living anymore, and that's. And I guess I kind of blame myself for her death. I shot her. Let's get going. Here we are. It's a Tonight Show. You're expecting to see a professional show. That's what I'm here to do. Professional comedy. Let's get going with professional show business. Here we go. Hey, hey.
I told you he was a banjo player.
Isn't that a happy sound? When you're with me, it's like being at Shakey's Pizza all the time. You know? I think people who are out of work, instead of giving them money, we should give them a banjo, because it's so happy. They can just go home and, did you get a job today, dear? Nope.
Doesn't matter, though.
Sing along, kids. I always thought the banjo was the one thing that could have saved Nixon. You know, if he went on television and went, hi, everything's great. I hate to talk about Nixon because I kind of feel sorry for him, you know. I have this image of him walking along the beach in San Clemente all by himself, you know, with a metal detector. You know? Found the quarter.
I found a quarter.
Okay. Working with this curtain? I asked for a regular curtain.
Yeah.
Could I get... I'm sorry, I got a little angry there. I asked for a different mic than this. I was working with a Sony 1200. I've got... Can I get a close-up shot? Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a little angry, I guess.
That's great.
I kind of exploded. I'm really... I'm sorry.
Whatever Karen needs.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Thank you very much. We're having some fun now, folks. You know, oh, now I do a bit in my act where I make balloon animals, and it's really funny, and everybody laughs and everything. And I had a request to do it tonight, and then I was going to do it, but then I remembered I've done it on the show before, so I was a little confused. I hate to repeat material, yet, you know, I wanted to do the thing, so I've made a compromise. I'm going to make balloon animals, but I'm not going to blow them up. And I think this will be a compromise.
It's a dog.
It's a puppy dog. Here. This is a cow playing a guitar. Okay. No, the real thing I wanted to do tonight, I have a great joke. We can play on 100,000 people. Now here's how it works. Right now, watching television, there's about 20 million people. And out of those 20 million, about 1 million of them are flipping around, trying to figure out what to watch and see who's on Carson tonight, you know. So what we do is, every 10 seconds, 50,000 new people tune in. And they don't know what's happening, they just tuned in. So what we'll do is we'll wait 10 seconds, and I'll start being really weird. And telling jokes that have no punchlines, you know, and you just laugh like crazy, like they're the funniest jokes you've ever heard. You know, I mean, more, this guy is great, he's a killer. And the people coming in will think they're wrong. It's like, he must be good, I don't know. It must be the new humor or something. So we'll wait 10 seconds, we'll go into it, just about a standing ovation, that's all I'm looking for. We'll close with a big song, okay? We'll wait 10 seconds, I'll give you a cue like this, and we'll go into our funny comedy joke. Won't that be fun? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. You're beautiful. Thank you. What a great crowd. Okay. Okay, got a cute story for you. Wouldn't it be funny if you went home to repair your TV and there was a banana in it? Thank you. You're beautiful. Got another story for you. Hey, what a great crowd.
What a great crowd.
Reminds me of Jimmy
Refrigerator. There's
from
a
South
clown
Park.
in his
Wow, what a great audience.
refrigerator. Well, no. He looks at the clown looks at him, the fella says, I didn't expect to see you in there. Thank you. Hey, you are really fast. Not many people get that one. That's beautiful. Okay, let's close with a little dancing. Here we go. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Hey, thank you. All right. I know what you're gonna say.
Right there.
Steve, how can you be so funny?
That's right.
Steve,
I caught Johnny off guard.
I like to explain something. See, when I go out on stage, I feel funny. You know, my whole body feels funny. And
You have to get primed for it?
Yeah, I put a slice of bologna in each one of my shoes. It makes me feel funny.
Makes you feel funny.
Work for me, but baloney is ridiculous, yeah.
I remember saying that
Now, aren't you?
in the
I'm
70s.
just kind of dabbling. I used to write.
I feel funny.
all the time.
I put a piece of bologna in each one of my shoes.
A lot of cool things like that, but now I'm just. Some friends of mine were producing the Dick Van Dyke special, and got involved with that. And it really turned out well, we have the script done, and it's really, in my opinion, exceptional.
You're not
And we
going to give
have-
up performing, are you?
Oh, no. This is strictly a little side thing I'm into, if you're into what I'm doing. And I'm not trying to be pompous or anything like that. Oh, I'm working on the John Denver special, writing and performing on that. Oh, you know, you're talking earlier about ways to avoid crime. Do you have to cut away the commercial? It's okay?
In a second or so, yeah.
You wanna
to
go?
do it now, then can we follow up on this when we come back?
Sure. Hey, what the heck?
Hey. You got nothing planned, have you?
Yeah, no,
Sure. We're coming right back, and we'll find out what you're talking about.
Okay, great.
Did you see how wait, oh, I thought it was going into that joke. God. What? I was just surprised it cut off there. I wanted to hear the rest of that joke. I think I've heard it. And it's very funny, and why did they cut it off there? But I don't know. What'd you think?
I mean, it was funny, but some of it was like he kind of carried on. Like, you know how
That's part of the joke.
I know,
I mean-
but I'm just saying it when you go for shock comedy, you don't want to carry the joke on so long.
Well, no, I think that's his style. I mean, you know, he'll deliver the punchline and then he'll sit back and say, you know, that was pretty damn funny. I mean, that's how I get it. Well, I saw him live. I think 2 or 3. Trying to remember. I know 2 times at least, if not 3. That was maybe during the 80s. Don't remember much of the 80s, but
You're on acid.
no,
Just cocaine.
no. I've never done those 2. Speed is not cocaine.
That was on the camera. For those of you that
Amphetamines are not cocaine.
For those of you that don't know, we just had a private conversation, but the fact is that he didn't know that I unpaused it while he said that. Speed is not cocaine.
Not what I did. I was like on the caffeine side of it, I guess. But no, I mean, I'm not proud of it. But no, but what'd you think, Steve Martin? I mean,
he's
all gray. He wasn't all gray.
he's funny. It's just he kind of I don't know how to explain.
It's like
You know that
Rodney
weird.
Dangerfield. You don't get him. He was one of the funniest guys ever.
You know, like that weird uncle that you
You're-
see at Thanksgiving. That's the vibe Steve Martin gives me.
Oh,
He gives me
I
weird
don't
uncle
think
at Thanksgiving. Like
No.
it's just
no.
he. Well, no, and he even said he's like,
Some of
I'm
the
gonna be
old
weird.
comedians are the
Like,
best. I mean, I think I had every one of his albums for. I think I had the first 3 or 4, and back then we used to like listen to them all the time and say, you know, repeat the words. I mean, just like Rodney Dangerfield jokes will live for 100 more years, and I did. Nobody else is coming to the top of my head except for maybe Jim Carrey, but he wasn't. He didn't do as much stand up as Steve Martin. Steve Martin lived on the road for like 6 years, if not more, before he started doing well in movies. But like I said, I saw the King Tut tour and the Let's Get Small tour, and I know those 2 for sure. He was just phenomenal. I mean, every bit of guitar playing. The Shakey's Pizza thing gets me every time because I remember Shakey's Pizza. And a lot of his jokes are generational, I guess. Shakey's vibe better. Their pizza stunk too, so. So if you're in Indiana, go to Pizza King. I get a buck or 2 out of that, don't I, Scott? And
like he gets corporate this year.
I'm going to send this to him. I'll raise some funds.
All right. Well, now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to what I'm gonna pick.
No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Jimmy Carr. It's I saw of course TikTok because it's everywhere now, but I saw some TikTok clips of him and I thought it'd be funny to react to. So,
Okay. I know the guy's name, and I've seen bits here and there, but I haven't seen a whole routine.
I don't know if this video is gonna have it, but there's one and he just goes so like it was a heckler and the dude just went so like he was trying to outdo him.
When's the comedy on?
Big Floyd background there, man. I like him already.
Comedy. Really?
And it's British comedy.
What's your name, sir?
It's like Monty Python.
What's your name? David. What's your favourite colour, David? Blue. Okay. Seems like the fairest way to deal with you, David. There are so many things I could say. Number between 1 and 8, David. 6. Okay. And you said to me, when's the comedy on? Well, it says if you want my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mum's teeth.
I like that.
These things don't lie, David. These things don't lie. Nah, I'm kidding. She swallowed the lot. Well, that brings me very neatly onto the next bit of material. Who here's got kids?
Nobody.
Kind of, was that?
That we know of.
What, sorry? All right, Jimmy. What? What? What was that? You chipped in with something.
Go on, Jimmy.
You said, go on, Jimmy. Yes. Oh, right. Ironically, slowing things down. You often do that. Just stop people in the street and go, on with you, Dave. I just stopped you to tell you to continue. Oh, what, sorry? Tosser. Right. Just tosser. Yeah, you know you're in Glasgow, don't you? Where someone pays you $22.50 to tell you to f***. Yes.
What did you say?
I don't know.
Dad? It's the most annoying heckle that I get at gigs. I like it when people join in. I like a bit of a heckle and a bit of fun. But the most annoying one I get is when I've set up a joke, just about to do the punchline, and someone goes, so invariably it's the same thing. It's always, where's Alan? Where's Alan? It's not my like bête noir, it's just a bit annoying. Where's Alan? Who's at your house, your dad? I think we all knew, including him, I think we all knew that was a trap. I could feel you as one going, hold, hold, hold. And then one brave soul over there said, no. I'm taking one for the team. Rather your dad is. I don't like it when the tabloids are homophobic, because they're such an important part of our culture, the tabloids. When they get it wrong, it sends a very bad message. Do you remember last year when they outed a footballer? Which is a terrible thing to do anyway. They outed this footballer, and in the course of the article where they outed this guy as a homosexual, they described consensual oral sex between two adults, yeah? Two fellas sucking each other off. They described that as a prank. How demeaning to homosexuals is that? To have that act of lovemaking described as a prank. And it also doesn't work from the other point of view, because I like to think of myself as something of a prankster. But I don't think I've ever said, gotcha! Don't forget the balls. That's you. You really do care. Whereabouts are you from, sir? You're from New York. What are you doing over here? Do you mind me asking? You do something? You moved here for work? What sort of work do you do? I mean, I'm not suggesting I need to see your papers, but what are you bringing to the party?
Finance IT.
Finance and IT. I can't really think what that is. Is that cash points? Hang on, you're looking at ATMs. It's our language. You ruined it.
Check out more stuff.
Well, we can.
Yeah. Next time you have a fight with someone, stop getting us involved. God, you're getting blamed for everything. Go on, you can.
If it weren't for us, we'd be speaking German.
What did he say?
Something about
Sorry, if
speaking
it wasn't for
German.
you, we'd be speaking German. How little do you know about our language abilities? There's no way we'd have picked it up in 60 years. Speaking of which, did you all see that heartbreaking story in the Mirror newspaper last year? They ran a campaign... Are you showing off to the other children? Are you pretending you can read? By heartbreaking story, do you mean the tits on page 3? What, sorry? So I'm fine for fruit and veg, thank you. I presume that's what he's talking about. Hey, hey, hey! It's nice that you're here, though. It's a night off for someone, isn't it?
What, night off for someone? I didn't catch that.
You'd suck off your dad or something.
Yes, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's one of Wittgenstein's theorems. You'd suck off his mum. He's done you. He has done you.
Doesn't look like the crowd that would laugh at that kind of thing.
I'm not from Perth, so I may never have to make that decision.
Not from where?
Perth, I think it's somewhere.
Fucking hell, you sound like you come from a very broken home. I'm not suggesting you mum, but only because you wouldn't want to two-time your sister.
What's your favourite position?
I like reverse cowgirl, but you know, I'm old-fashioned that way. What's yours, sir? Various. I think I can.
Match, I take a miss.
Yeah, I imagine it's either that or that. Yeah. Maybe a bit of that, who knows? Why do I laugh like a sexual predator? I like the way that sexual predator sounds better in your accent than any other.
Scottish.
Sexual predator. I don't know why I laugh like that. It's one of life's mysteries. In the same way as why you dressed as a gay lumberjack. We may never know. You like big, thick logs. Yeah. How big's my cock? Well, I'm not sure whether your mother would be comfortable discussing it, but it's... What, sorry? Is that Buckfast? No, that's water. You've probably heard of it. Who's the most famous person I've ever met? Well, I once met her. It's quite an impressive one. I don't want to show off, but you know how villages have got idiots, yeah? I met the idiot for the whole of Glasgow. One of the biggest cunts in the world, yeah.
I married him.
And you married him. That is, again, that will only happen in Glasgow. You call someone a cunt and their wife goes, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I do for a living. I think of little jokes in my head, and then I tell them to you so that you'll like me. Sounds a bit tragic when I say, what was that, it's not working? Well, you can fuck off. This is as good as it ever goes. I don't come to your work and knock the sailors' cocks out of your mouth, do I? Where are you? It's not working, man. Give us a wave. What do you do, sir? You do telecoms. What do you do? Do you... I do you. I do you telephone. What, sorry? You build them and networks. Ironically, you work in communications and can hardly string a sentence together.
So what'd you think of Jimmy Carr?
I liked him. I thought it was pretty funny.
I like his stuff.
I love the accent.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Gordon Ramsay and Braveheart.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
All in the same time, but
my thing is, like, I didn't even have much to say during the video just because he cracks me the fuck up. Like, I don't know if you've seen any, I can't remember what roast he was a part of, but he was on a Comedy Central roast.
I've never seen him on a roast. I think I have seen him, like, snippets before, but not a whole bit. And it was funnier seeing him react to the audience like that.
Well, I'll have to find the one clip. Hold on, let me pull it up. So here's the one I want you to look at.
Well,
When does the comedy start? What's your name, sir?
when you paid $40
Like
to get
shoe
in.
rack, you're called rack. It's one of those things. If you don't think the comedy started, you're right. And if you think that comedy has started, you're right. And if the show's not for you, it's not for you. Well, I feel bad if you paid all this money to come and see me and you don't think it's funny. You've had a disaster. But I suppose, Rack, you have learnt a valuable lesson. You've learned life's not fair. You pay your money, you take your chance. Sometimes it's a good show, sometimes it's not for you. But I'll give you another example, Rack. So you haven't had a wasted evening, at least you've learned something. Another example of how unfair, Rack, our society is. Let's say if a man, you're right, sir, let's say if a man sleeps with loads and loads of women, what is he? He's a stud, he's a player, he's admired in our society. That isn't an opinion, that's fact. If a guy sleeps with loads of women, he's a player, he's a stud.
That's how it was back in the
If a
70s.
woman sleeps with loads
80s,
and loads
90s.
of men, she's called Rack's mum.
That was a quickie. Well, that was a quickie. Rack's mom. Gee.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that I didn't know if they were going to put it in there or not, but I saw that one and I thought, oh, that'd be a great thing. Yeah, because that joke just he builds it up and then just perfectly puts it down. Like it just. But all right, well, we hope you guys have enjoyed our double episode, and leave a comment down below if there's anything you want us to react to.
Except for Rack's mom. We don't want anything to do with her. She's a slut.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you later.